Greetings, fellow singers. Welcome back to the show. That's right, it is your trusted GM, Brian, welcoming you once again to another one of our episodes of our Blood Lords run through. And I gotta tell you, like I always tell you, we're having a blast doing this. So, you know what? I want to keep this intro brief and sweet. Like my underwear. Just kidding. Probably shouldn't leave that in there, but I'm gonna leave it in anyways. If you like what you're listening to, please write into the show at rolledhard20podcast@gmail.com. Let me know how you're enjoying it. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel at rolledhard20, and I will give you a shout out on the show. And that goes for each and every one of you. Also, we're starting to run something new as a way of getting you fellow slingers more involved in the show. If you guys hear us do anything super cool on the show, like if you hear one of the fellow hard slingers do something, Sam or Junior or Chris or Radke or even myself, then what I'd like for you guys to do is write in and award one of us a gold doubloon. Make sure you give it to that trusted GM, Brian. That guy's awesome. Anyways, I'm not going to waste any more time. I just had to get that out there for you. So let's warm up our dice and top off our glasses. Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 6 of our Blood Lords run through. Try to have good time enjoying this episode. I know I had good time making special guest appearance, so enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Missed opportunity.
ABBA?
Missed. Yeah. Wrong band. You know.
Dancing Queen?
We're all talking about 1717, the
Well, I
Winger
tell you
song,
what.
and he hit the ABBA.
That must have been Junior's safe word is ABBA. And
Yeah,
he's
that's
like, "Fuck, I'm
right.
out."
I think that's
Let's-
his legitimacy is he's only on for like a few seconds and then he's like, oh, fuck this guy.
Maybe that's what we talk about this, that'll be our icebreaker. What's everybody's safe word?
Even though we're recording right now, I'll edit some of the stuff out. I just want to go over a few things real quick. I guess I'll just do it without him being here. Make sure you're close to your mics. Can you hear me, Sammy?
Yep.
Okay. Just make sure you're close to your mics and leave the mic. I really wanted him to be here for this because sometimes he'll pick up his mic like he's fucking Tom Jones going down the stage or something like that. Yeah. Then he'll set it down. Clang,
It's not unusual.
Well done.
Oh, dude.
Sorry.
I'm going to have to keep this in.
Did you just
Right.
boot me? The fuck?
It's
What's
a
new,
shitty
pussycat?
fucking headphones. You can't even tell. Duck and cover. I was telling everybody that.
You're going to blame the headphones.
I was telling everybody that make sure you speak clear and concise into your microphone. Don't be, jazzing it around the stage like Freddie Mercury. Keep it down.
Oh, man, come on.
And if anybody has to look something up to mark that time, so when we come back in, tell me how long we've been doing it for. Like if we've been looking something up for 5 minutes, say that was 5 minutes, so that we can add 5 more minutes onto the play.
Play.
Otherwise, we wind up with, instead of 52 minutes, we wind up with 47 minutes of a show.
Well, this is bullshit.
Well, I got to boot you too, fucko.
Hey,
Yeah, what
Junior,
happened? What's
change
up,
your
bro?
name, Junior.
Oh, yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, nobody calls
It
themselves.
says
juniors
to
anymore.
do the aid action. It's a DC 20 check to give a +1 circumstance bonus to assisted skill check or attack roll. So I can't just be like, I'm aiding and you get a flat +1. I have
No,
to
you have
pass
to
it.
roll that. Yeah, I was listening to that when I was doing the edit. I was like, you know what? I don't think that's going to fucking fly. But
Yeah. Nice try, though.
thanks for catching your own bullshit.
I did my best. I'm sorry.
Whiners always complain about doing their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Radke was the prom queen.
That was 2001. I was the first cross-gender prom queen. And I got to say, I wore those shoes better than Ashley Thomas. And she can still rot in hell. So there you go.
Who wore it best?
Sam
Still
looks a
me,
little
bitch.
bit like he should be working on a dock around ships today.
Yeah,
You-
I'm on call tonight for San Pedro.
You sound congested too.
I got sick.
I hope it wasn't from our
People
text
coming over for
messages,
Thanksgiving.
Our text messages.
because I got really sick on Thanksgiving. Like I had to
Yeah.
go to the doctor yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
It's that elfish constitution of
I
yours.
knew that was coming. That's why I didn't want to say anything. I just didn't wanna say
Swallowing
a
too much,
fucking-
young man.
Well, dude,
That's what it is.
I ran around. Like, we went to all these just horrible places like Hobby Lobby and Walmart and all that. I'm like,
Oh boy.
I never go to any of that those shit. So my immune system is weak, I guess, and just walked in there and got sick.
You're a
But yeah,
girly
you-
man.
fucking boy in a bubble
First
on
time
that
sick in
farm
like
of
a year
yours.
and a half.
Gotta
Yeah.
stop licking the shopping cart, Sam. Jeez.
Yeah. The bathroom doorknobs.
You'll never get that sheep flu, though. I'll tell you that. He's immune to that. Herd immunity.
Heard. That's a good one.
All right, let's lead us into this.
You
show
heard
here.
me?
Excuse me if I sound a little froggy. Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted GM, Brian, and with me, the Hard Slingers.
Hell
Yeah, episode 5 of our Bloodlords run through. Gosh, I just got to keep hammering that in my head over and over. So, last episode, you guys decided to pull the plug on your further investigation of Urgag's farm, most notably because you guys had that shit kicked out of you. But you didn't leave empty-handed. You took the halfling Brodek with you, who was impaled by a horn against one of the walls. You took him and the horn with you, as well as something that he had in his death clutch. As you guys made your way back towards Great Urge, you started cleaning this piece of cloth. Found out it was a crimson colored cloth with a white embroidered hand stitched in it that was missing the pinky finger. The other 3 fingers pointing skyward along with the thumb. At that point, after making several shocking puns about it, that's where we ended. What would you guys like to do? You guys are still about halfway back to Great Urge. The sun has long since set at this point.
I have to tell you, boys, even though we kind of got our asses handed to us back there, I'm feeling a little energized from that experience. I think I'm looking forward to many more of these. Perhaps I can, reverse this bleaching that I'm undergoing.
You did good out there for a thug. When De La Cruz came out, I know you jumped all over that.
Is that a pun?
Whoa.
Is Khan driving?
He's running alongside.
I'm like
aren't you?
I'm leading the horse, yeah, or the donkey.
Okay. I think Rena's gonna kind of like sheepishly, because she doesn't want to ask for help, but she's gonna ask, she's like, do you think you could try some of that stuff on me? She's
What's
asking
going
for
on back
dog.
there?
And she kind of like puts her leg out where the dog had bit him. And she's like, I know I'm a little different than you guys, so your magic hoodly-doo probably is not going to work, but maybe some of those bandages or something.
Oh, that's where you're wrong, Rena. I do have something in the magic realm that could aid you. So sit still for a moment. So with that, I'm going to cast Harm upon Rena. That will give a healing action to our Dampier. And that is going to heal for 8 points of damage.
Nice.
Damn.
So she's very like she doesn't believe it for a second, but when the magic starts happening and you see the flesh start healing up, the pale vampiric flesh, she just kind of smiles a little bit, and even when she does it, you see like little fangs, but she like claps you on the shoulder. She's like, good job, Furthok. Thank you. Thank you.
If we intend to survive this, we all need to be alive.
She kind of
Some of
turns and
us.
starts like restringing her bow.
Some of us are already half alive. Is that right, Rena?
It's a strange mixture. Yes, my father was a vampire, and my mother was like you. And she's like, well,
A
not like
half
you,
orc?
but more like that one.
Which
She
one?
was a human. She just points at the one that actually has flesh color. De La Cruz.
Vampires and dwarves. I like it.
You guys figure that you probably have about another 4 hours to make it back into town without stopping. You can make it back if you want, or you can stop and pitch camp. I don't know what you guys want to do.
Con, how far out do you think we are, Con?
Feels like we're about a little bit over halfway there. I'm good. I can keep going all night.
You come
Out of
back-
character, I only have 3 hit points off, so I'm fine.
I think we're good going back, but in the future, maybe we can think of a way to stay out there a little bit longer. You said you have concerns about creatures for Thug. You think we're gonna get attacked?
You can tell by my appearance, I'm obviously not feeling well, but beyond that, I'm in pretty rough shape. I could use a rest. I don't feel safe. I fear that if we camp here and encounter something, that I may not be with you guys.
Out of
Okay.
character, where's everybody at on hit points? Are we that beat up? What's going on?
I'm perfect.
I have 5.
And
Where
what
you
about
at,
you,
David Cruz?
I'm at 12.
And what are we out of 20 here, or what?
Yeah, I'm 5 and 19.
In the back of the cart, as we're just sitting there, like, can't you guys do treat wounds on each other?
Yeah, I can treat. I've tried treating wounds on Furthog, but it didn't work.
No.
Didn't
But
take.
I can do it again on other people, and we can get rolling.
I will say too, as you guys are doing this stuff, like when he was doing his magic, she's very perceptive and very like taking in all of the actions that they're doing, because as we increase in levels, I intend to take on the medicine skill. So she's just watching, like if you guys are doing wrapping stuff, she's watching how you do it and like what everything is, maybe asking questions like, okay, so what's that salve there? What does that do? Okay.
Well, let's just walk this little halfling back, drop him off at Missy Burline's house. You guys catch some winks if you need it, and we'll get going back. If she gives us any grief, we'll just let her know that we thought it was important that we brought back her cousin.
I think we got some good intel here too. Whatever this, and she like holds up the weird hand thing, and she's like, she may be interested to see this. I mean, as De La Cruz was saying, somebody's behind this. Seems to me if he was dying, he ripped it off somebody. This could be a good indicator of what's going on. Maybe she's seen this thing before.
Hold on a second, guys. Now, I know that a couple people wanted, I know that Radke and somebody else wanted to change a few of their things at the beginning.
Change a few what?
Like, what was it you wanted to change, Dave?
Oh, so I have a feat. It's Monster Hunter. And when I do my hunt prey thing, I get a free knowledge check. But I want to switch that to fangs. So she actually gets like an unarmed attack. She can just rip into somebody like a fucking vampire.
So I'll let you guys do that once. Because you're first level, so it doesn't matter if you swap something out real quick. But it'll have to be after you've taken a long rest. So, what's the
Okay.
time on that? Was that a minute?
No, it's like 40 seconds.
Okay.
For me, it's just cooler, I think, with the character. And also, I don't want to be bogging down the show asking for a fucking knowledge check every time I do the hunt
Bogging it
prey. It's
down
every
now,
time.
fucko.
I know. It's what I do best.
Now
Okay.
you're
It's
a
what-
minute. Now you're a minute.
Now I'm at a minute. Okay, thanks a lot, Dave.
What up?
So, what do you guys want to do? You guys want to stop, or you want to keep hauling ass into town?
I say we keep moving. Moving target is harder to hit.
Keep moving that ass, Con.
You guys heal up, do whatever you need to do. I'll pull us forward to town.
So it takes you about another 2 hours to actually get back to Grey Dirge proper. You start seeing the bone structured walls that surround this large town. You see these huge edifices of bone just jutting up. But one of the things that really strikes you is that along the parapets of these walls are just fires. You could hear, it almost sounds very boisterous within the city. For being this late at night, it would almost seem unusual in a town of the living. But because this is a town of the unliving, it's probably typical.
Is
Look at
like
this,
a-
people. They're giving us a hero's welcome. Yes.
And she's like, look, it's a Guar concert. They must be having trouble getting gigs.
So as you guys approach the gates, which are open, tell me what you would like to do.
I would think we would go to Missy Burline's house, see if she's there. Maybe we can go around back as to not bring attention.
And the way that the town is set up, you know that as you're coming in from the south, you're going to be passing through the gray wastelands through one of the main gates, and right against the southern wall of Grey Dirge is Haldoli's estate. So you don't have to be creeping around through town or anything. You know that as soon as you get through the gate, her estate is going to be right there, right to the west of that entrance on the inside of it.
All right, we'll proceed then.
Yeah, so as we're rolling, I think even though it's probably nothing, just always alert. She's gonna be looking just to see if there's dead bodies and fucking, fire shit on fire. She just wants to make sure we're not just blatantly walking by something we should be noticing.
They're all dead bodies.
Dead bodies everywhere.
I'm looking for alive bodies.
Go ahead and make your perception check.
Ooh, 14 on the dice, bitch.
Ooh,
That's 21.
better have a comma in there somewhere.
Yeah, I got me a winger, baby.
Winger, commas.
17.
17.
So you notice that there's quite a lively scenario going on inside the walls of Grey Dirge, but it's nothing out of control. It's not like somebody's looting or the whole town's on fire. It just seems like business as usual. You see a lot of ghouls walking around. You see just undead-looking individuals. You do see very, very few living people, though. And those that you do see, they look like they're trying to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible. They're not loitering around in the streets.
The city that never sleeps.
Yeah, most of the people that are they're walking and loitering are the undead-looking individuals. And they're not your stupid zombies that are, I mean, they're not like Murk. These people are more, they have their faculties about them. They look to be functional undead.
I'll still keep an eye out. I don't trust those things. I know
Talk
they
to me
want
about
peace.
what you
Hey,
would like to do
Go
next.
fuck yourself.
Oh, shit.
Con, you're taking us around kind of out of the way behind Burline's estate.
It's pretty much right there, Ryder said. Or sorry, Trusted GM Brian said.
You could
So,
tell.
but we'll maybe try to go to a rear entrance or something like that, just so we're not mucking up the front of her estate with our
Yeah, with the dead body.
with a donkey and a
obviously
cart.
they
and
wouldn't
all
care,
that.
but
Yeah, well, this
Well-
is a dead body that's not useful anymore.
As you do go around the walls of this estate, you realize that there are no other entrances in. It looks like the only one that you can see is the one that you originally entered and exited through at the beginning of the day.
Front door, then no back door action. We'll do front door.
how much money do you guys have left over from character creation?
I still have 30 gold pieces since I didn't have to buy anything.
Fucking monk. Thought being, do we need to pick up anything while we're in town? Like a tent, any kind of safety, survival stuff?
I like the idea of a tent, Rana. Keep us, we could use that to kind of camouflage us out in the bush, maybe. I like
Bush.
the idea of a tent.
I'm going to sleep in the trees. I don't think dead can climb.
You can get a
Unless they got
4-person
some-
tent for 5 GP.
Dead apes. They
Sleep
got
in the
dead
trees.
horses, dead doggies. I'm sure they got apes around somewhere.
You gonna sleep in a hammock or something, or you just gonna hang on to a limb there, Tarzan?
Just hang in there. Slept on roofs, slept in alleys. I've slept everywhere.
How old are you, Kura?
I don't know. Never knew my birth date. I'm older than a head of cabbage, younger than the mountains. For a half orc, I'm the perfect age.
The balloon.
He says so, I must do so.
Here's a tin doubloon. All right, well,
Um,
let's go to this door and
So you make your way through the estate. You see that there's still what you saw before. Several zombies, workers tilling the garden, trimming the trees. It doesn't look like they've stopped for anything. They're definitely not stopping to sleep. You make your way
Yeah.
to the door, and you see before you the large knockers once again.
Hell yeah.
hey,
The door opens up, and there is your undead butler, Murk.
Oh, look. The masters have returned victorious, I suppose.
Brenna does her like just a half bow to him.
Oh, you're so kind, my lady.
No.
What
We're
can
here
I
to see
do?
Missy Burline, Merrick.
Well, have you seen the time? You know, she's quite asleep, but I'm sure she'd love to be awoken from her slumber to hear
We thought
such-
it best to return and tell her we have news of her cousin.
Oh, joy, joy. Please, where's Braddock now? Wait, I don't want to miss the look on the madam's face when you tell her.
Brenna kind of like steps up to him and she kind of puts a hand on his shoulder and she's like, "Be gentle. Braddock is no longer with us." And she'll like kind of point. And I'm guessing, Khan, did you bring the body?
I'm holding him up right in front now. I'm just kidding.
Is
He's
it
in the back of
by the back of the neck, like a kitten?
I have,
Like a
I have my
sock
hand in
puppet.
the puppet
The
hole.
skin
yeah.
is all like tight around his face.
Yeah, no, he's in the back of the cart where you guys were.
Oh, so good to know he'll be joining me on my side of the supper table. I'll be right back. Please go into the parlor.
And he doesn't even wait to show you in. He just turns around, leaves the door open, goes through the large house, and you see him disappear.
You going to be able to go inside, Rena? You got to have an invite or something.
Go fuck yourself. And she walks inside. You've watched too many moving pictures, too many
Can't go
puppet
past the
shows.
foyer, though. You can only
right.
halfway go in.
So the
keep
five of you find your way in the parlor. A few minutes
Is that
later,
us with Brydeck?
yeah, with Brodek.
Okay. I'm like, or Brodeck, sorry.
Brodek.
Okay.
A few minutes later, you see Burline come down. She's in a robe. It's got little embroidered skulls all about her. Well, I hear that you've got quite the news for me. You brought my cousin back. Oh my.
Yes,
Well,
it's
I-
not the homecoming you might have expected, but we thought it smart to bring him back immediately. Maybe there's something you can do.
Oh, madam, I forgot to mention he was expired.
Make a perception check.
Ooh.
12.
Brenna.
18.
Sebastian.
5.
Sorrel.
26.
Nice.
Sorrel, you and
Toity.
Sorrel, you and Rena notice that he can't contain the smile with this information. She's like, well, don't be too alarmed. He'll still find himself most useful as a farm foreman once again as we bring him back. So, am I to understand that everything's all in the clear now with the farm? You could give me some information?
There was
What
one
happened?
other thing, ma'am. And Rena, show her what Brodeck had.
And so she unwraps the little logo of the hand thing. Have you ever seen this before?
No, I can't say that I have.
Broderick
What-
was clutching this.
My cousin was clutching this.
We took it out of his hand when, after we found him.
Did you find him alive or did you find him dead?
No, he was very
confused.
much like this. And she
I'll
holds
go
up
get
the
the-
huge, like, horn that she's just been holding behind her back. She's like, this was in his chest, pinning him to the wall. She's like,
Megusta's horn.
I
that's
knew it.
exactly what I was wondering. Thank you.
I called it.
That's so strange. She was such a docile steer. Could have made her so crazy.
That's what we were hoping you could tell us.
Well, that's why I was hoping you could tell me. That's why I sent you there.
We'll be going back, no worries. But we thought it would be smart to get him back here to you, and maybe you could help out. Plus, we were kind of beat up a little bit.
Well, you do look a little worse for your wear, but I'm not quite sure what it is you want me to do for you.
We just wanted to give you an update on the situation, ma'am.
No, I appreciate that.
We'll be returning in the morning.
Yeah.
Well,
Madam.
have you? Yes.
As you can see, we are pretty beat up. Is there perhaps a rooms here that we could use for the evening, or if that does not suit you, perhaps make a recommendation in town?
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't have you staying within the confines of my residence. Were the enforcers to catch wind of that, I'd have quite a bit to explain, not the least of which why the shipments from a farm I oversee have been long overdue. As it is, there are too many others vying for my position as a bloodlord, and to lose it over something as trivial as this would be unheard of. I could perhaps guess that the best bet would be to hole up someplace in the Nashes, or even better, the Ovens. No one would think to look for you there in the Ovens. As it is, it would be most private.
Would it be too much to ask to stay at this proposed abandoned house? You know, get a look at the place, if you will?
I'm afraid I'm not going to allow that. I do appreciate your energy with which you asked so kindly, but we are here for trade, skill for skill. You do for me, I do for you. Last thing I need are squatters in a manor that doesn't belong to you yet.
Is there a location in the Ovens or a person we should seek that we can trust, or that perhaps you trust that we can stay for the evening?
Well, the Ovens have all been abandoned. Unfortunately, they are on the outside of the perimeter of Grey Dirge.
What type of safety can we expect?
Well, as long as there's nobody roaming around there, you should be left unmolested whatsoever. If you don't mind sleeping amongst burned out husks of homes and whatnot.
We're relatively safe in the town, right? We can just sleep in the cart.
I really don't recommend it too much. You see, the living, like even somebody such as myself, although a necromancer by trade, I'd prefer not to be outside of my residential borders once the sun goes down.
And
You would find yourself prey to far too many nefarious individuals who prefer to consume during the evening.
Urthog, aren't you from here? Perhaps you know somewhere we could stay.
I'm not from Geb, Rena.
De La Cruz, where are you from?
Not from Gib. I'm only visiting in this area due to this mission.
It sounds, madam, that our best bet is perhaps to stay in the Ovens. Sounds like the Nashes may prove a little too risky for us.
Well, the Nashes do contain quite a bit of living individuals, but they're all servants that basically work between my estate and the governor's estate. But you'd be hard-pressed knocking door to door looking for a place to stay, certainly in the middle of the night.
I think we're all professionals and adults. We can find our way. We just wanted to make sure you were apprised of the situation, ma'am.
Well, I do appreciate that. I do have to ask, will you be heading back out to Urgag's farm tomorrow?
I just said we were going in the morning. Here's your cousin. Thanks for nothing, for helping us out. You know, we'll be going in the morning. Don't worry. We'll see you.
Throws him on the table.
We'll get rolling, or I'll get rolling.
You shouldn't hold them up, madam. They look extremely exhausted. They're getting snippy.
And Rena will do a full bow to Missy Berline, and then she'll follow Khan.
Well, I do hope that this wasn't an unpleasant meeting. It was definitely an impromptu meeting, but I hope to hear better news on the morrow. Murik, will you please see them out? Good night. And she turns and leaves.
Oh, goody, I get to see you once more leave the estate.
Don't worry, man. I'm already out here. You don't need to help me.
Will you be taking your corpse with you, or shall I tuck it in for the evening? And don't forget your drinking horn. Comes
Murik.
with a happy meal.
Didn't we give Brodek to the lady?
Yeah, he's all stiff
Yeah.
on the couch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he is.
Mirik, can you point us in the direction of the Ovens?
Sure.
Then he just points outside the door.
Good luck finding it. I believe you want to go leave the estate, and you're gonna go to the center of Grey Dirge, and you'll be met with several roads. One of them is the parade grounds. It's a large road. Take it north. Or was it west? It's been so long since I've been outside the confine. Oh, hold on. I think I hear the madam calling me.
And he just closes the door.
Hey, so that bastard.
My place next time.
The party approves.
She kind of like brushes off her shoulder. So one of the things we can do in this rule set is to subsist by making a survival roll. And I'd
Okay.
like to do that. You can like
Describe
find
for me and the listeners what this subsist is.
So it's basically you're able to, with your knowledge of like the city, you can tell this is a safe place to stay, or this is
okay.
where you would go to get food. Maybe you just understand how cities work. So, okay, there's probably a market over this way. So you're able to find that. And then as far as like somewhere to like an inn or whatever, same kind of thing. You're okay. These people are taking horses somewhere. That's probably near stables, which would also probably be near, where they live, that kind of thing.
Okay. And I imagine that I'll be the one setting the DC on that. So
Yeah.
go ahead and make your subsist roll.
All right. That's a 15 on the dice, son. 20.
That'll do.
30.
Tell me what it is you're looking for, first of all. You looking for a place to stay? You looking for a place to buy shit?
Looking for an inn, somewhere to sleep the night. Safe, but doesn't have to be, penthouses and shit.
I say we just find a barn somewhere and go in there. We don't need all this fancy thing like sheets and heat and all that. It's nice out here.
That may work for you, Con, but I prefer better accommodations.
Like the ovens? That sounds like a safe place for me. I'm not going to no Nashes or no ovens. I'd rather sleep in a tree or in a barn somewhere.
You're still hurt, right?
Me?
Okay, as you're...
I got a twisted ankle.
Yeah. And she's
I'm
like,
only down 3 hit points.
So she's kind of like, don't you feel like you would get a better rest somewhere that wasn't up in a tree or something, Con?
I've slept in a bed 5 times in my life. And each night it was awful. Sorry, I'm feeling this premonition of the GM has to say something.
So with your roll, you get the understanding that with Grey Dirge, with this town, that you're not going to find any place that's going to hold you up. The reason why is because you know that this is a particular place that really shuns all visitors. They don't welcome unwanted strangers. They don't welcome strangers at all. No stranger is welcome in this town. If you're not from here, they don't want you here.
Good Lord.
One of their things is, and you kind of get the feeling that if you're lingering a little too long on the street, just standing around, you're probably going to get abducted. And you'll probably wind up someplace in the meat market. Maybe you'll wind up in the bone scrape, where you see a lot of priests heading towards, and they don't look like the good kind of priests.
All these places sound lovely.
Yeah, you got the Court of
The
Ghouls.
bone scrape, the meat yard.
Looking at the pamphlets for Geb or whatever, she's like, it might be better to take your suggestion, Con. You're a master of finding haylofts, aren't you? Why
I
don't we
usually
do
just
that?
find whichever one's close. I found a pamphlet of Geb here. It says, "Come for a visit, stay for eternity." Doesn't sound very welcoming.
The graveyards are top notch.
That's right. We got the softest coffins.
We got the cart, we got the donkey. We can pull this up somewhere, but I realize I'm used to a lifestyle that city folk are used to it. You need some niceties. So I'm willing to go wherever you want, but I tell you, the ovens does not sound like a safe place to stay the night.
Well, neither does staying in town, apparently.
Now, one thing you'll probably also get is that it seems like the lifestyle is much more active at night.
Nocturnal.
How
whereas-
cliche.
Whereas during the day, You saw a few living individuals moving around, going from place to place, but at night, this place is almost like Mardi Gras without the beads.
So are there any places on Burline's property that we look like we could hold up in?
No, there's no other structures that are not nearby her main manor. Like all the other smaller ones look like they're probably smaller versions of the little annex house that Sebastian fell through. They're probably where they corral the zombies when they're off shift.
It's kind of bullshit that she wouldn't put us up overnight, but it happens.
Conflict of interest, I mean.
I guess. Is it just because she doesn't want us, just doesn't want us to be seen with the adventurers, I guess?
Well, I believe there was a plague that made all these people sick. And then people who were staying in their apartments, they got to stay there for free during the plague, right? And so they didn't have to pay rent. I don't think she wants to deal with that, like she had to before. That was a COVID reference.
Jeez.
All right, so what do we want to do, guys? Do we want to head out the city and just camp up, take watches?
At this point, Rena, Khan, I'm tired. I need some rest. You guys choose.
Yeah, you get in the back and heal up. We'll find a spot.
Yeah.
You can take last watch. We'll wake you after. How long is it till morning?
It's probably going to be about another 4 hours until the sun comes up. You guys have burned most of the evening already, just getting back to town. You guys are probably only going to get like a half a rest at this point. Make an intelligence check on Burline's disposition towards you guys.
That all of us?
That's
All of you,
another
yes.
winger.
Nice.
+0.
Brenna,
12.
Sebastian,
8 on the die. I'll get back to you on that number.
thanks. Sorrel.
Had a winger, 17.
Hell yeah.
Sorrel, you and Khan both realized that she was probably holding back on some information. And the reason why was that she was really hoping you would have came back with closure on what had gone on at the farm. She almost seemed to be very curt because she was sweating why this farm has missed so many shipments. Her ass is probably on the line.
Right.
You know, the last thing she really wants anybody to know is that she's had to outsource this to fix this problem.
I get it. I've seen it before. She's having to work outside her station, working with the dregs like us, street rats. I get it. That's fine. I'm going to get me a
Tasty
house out
little
of this.
gnomes, man.
Yeah, I'm going to get a house out of this.
I'm getting me a Rolex, bitch.
Yeah.
Go get him, boy.
Rich
Little-
people and poor people
little
are all the
DMX
same
there,
in every
Sammy?
town. That's right.
Yeah, let's roll out. Which begs the question: if these guys are more active at night, is it safer for us to go around in the farm during the daytime or the nighttime?
You just have to make that judgment call on your own.
Just an idea.
We
Something to
got
keep
4
in mind.
hours till light. I say we take shifts, rest until then.
Yeah.
I can take first watch. We can figure it out after that. And then we move the early afternoon, maybe, or late morning.
Where you want to take your little shifts at?
What you got, Furthog?
I must say, I need 8 hours. I need 8 hours of sleep.
So get back in the cart and start sleeping.
Right.
Well, it's a 6-hour ride. What if you took a nap?
A nap is not going to do me any good.
He's hangry.
Well, we can take the 3 watches. We're gonna need you full strength for us tomorrow. We might find some of them demon donkey horses again. We got to go up against. Gonna need you feeling spry, little man. So you get your rest. The rest of us can handle it.
So I'm going to crawl into the back of the cart, and I'm going to attempt to sleep for this 8-hour period or as much as I can.
Are you all used up on spells? Is that why?
I've got a couple heals left, but I've only got 5 hit points,
Right, but
and even long rest And let me time this here.
But I mean, we can treat wounds, and if we get lucky, that's 16 hit points right there.
Yeah, if we can try to treat wounds, we can.
Can you do it on yourself?
I can.
So do that. Try that. I tried. I'm not used to working with the little bones.
I gotta set this hamster's
I'm
leg.
more about breaking them than setting
Is
them.
that a phallic reference?
Everything's
I'm used to
a phallic
working with a
reference,
python.
bro.
Hang on, let me do some CPR. One
Snap.
It's only 2 fingers.
reminds me of something like out of what the fuck was it? It was
Spit
a
it
comic
out.
book from years ago, Sam. The dude that said
Lobo.
I used to have a reputation.
Lobo?
Yeah, Lobo. It's just something that Lobo would do.
If this town is coming alive, is there any? Do they have like any open markets around?
Probably.
Anywhere they're not selling hand grenades.
Hand grenades and
You would probably think that they would do
decaying
fucking
flesh.
the majority of
Yeah.
their business at night. Yeah.
Is there any shops that we could find leaving out of her manor? Like, because we're in the middle of the road up to the north a little bit. I mean, if we go towards the center of the town, because she's out on the outskirts towards like the south, what is it, the southeast of town?
Yeah, she's towards the southeast where there appears to be more residential, if that would be a thing. But off that main road that heads towards the northeast, it's labeled as parade grounds. You see a lot of traffic going, north and south along that road. Most likely, there's probably things like that along that road or wherever that road leads to.
All right, Con. I mean, we got Sorrel in the back trying to take a nap, get some rest, but maybe we might be able to find something that might aid us in the market. I mean, it seems like all the operating hours are nocturnal around here.
Yeah, I know, but we're going to be drawing some attention. I think she was a little bit hitchy on that.
Well, attention
What do
or
you
not,
need to get?
something that could, fix us up, help us when we're down on HP at least.
Con, my hit points are down.
I want to codify this unwell.
The points of fitness are
I'm gonna
low.
need some. Maybe we might be able to find some healing potions of kind of help us in dire needs. I mean, jumping through roofs wasn't the best idea on my behalf, but I think I might have learned my lesson to coming in hot.
Well, you guys
Okay.
let me know what you want to do. I mean, there's certainly a possibility you could find a market or something.
I am no man's keeper, so please, if you wish to do something, let me know and I will follow. Unless it's going to the ovens, I will not go to the ovens.
And you were
So-
just adamant that the ovens is not where you want to be. I like that.
In lieu of Furthog waking up and we've all been at fucking Mardi Gras drinking and shit, Rena's gonna say like, "You guys go, be careful. I'll keep an eye on our friend." And she'll like stay back and keep a watch on the sleeping person.
We
So
split the
we're-
party in the town of the dead.
That's that. I'm kind of curious. Where are you going to leave the wagon and Sorrel and Rena?
At the ovens.
Drop them off.
Keep them warm.
Put them in the oven at 3:15 for 20 minutes.
Is there a place called the Butcher's Block? That sounds safe.
Well, there is the meat market.
Meat market. That's just the yard house.
It's right next to the bone scrape. So
I say we head to the parade grounds and see what we could find there.
okay. So
we
what are you
wanna
doing
split-
with the cart, though? I mean, are you guys really gonna depart?
Out of character, I would go all together.
We can't
Because,
just leave the dude sleeping though.
Well, we would
Well-
all go together.
You mean in the
Donkey in the cart.
Yeah, we'll go to the
Oh, just
market.
bring him. Yeah,
Parade
Yeah,
grounds.
we would ride. You guys would
and
be
he
in
could
the
sleep in
cart.
the back.
I'd be
Yeah, let's
leading the
just do that.
ass.
I mean, if we want to do like undercover type
Lead that ass.
work, we'll just play it as we're passing by. We just happen to swing by through town, and
Yeah, we're not
We need to
wearing
pick up-
fucking badges that say we're working for Missy Berline.
yeah, we're just passing through. We fucking had a rough spot,
I
and
think I've seen this on an episode of Public Agent.
We just give like something to put in Furthog's ears because he's trying to sleep. Give him like those big like race car, like what Junior's wearing right now.
Big headphones.
Hell yeah.
So you guys start moving on Parade Grounds Road, and you see people passing you by. A lot of them take interest in you. You see that they have very pale complexions. Some of them have bones protruding from their skulls. You see that a lot of them actually stop and sniff the air as you draw closer and just eyeball you.
Okay. Are they clearly undead?
They are of an undead nature,
Okay,
but none of
like
them
higher
stop.
level.
None of them stop, and none of them really accost you. But you haven't stopped moving yet either. You keep
Right.
moving. Almost as one of those when in Rome kind of things.
Mm.
Kind of acting like you belong there, so they're kind of leaving your shit alone for a while.
You down with me, Cruz? Like on the ground?
Yeah.
The other two are in the cart?
Oh yeah, she's in the back like moving sniper shit, just ready to light somebody up.
If anything, you should be down here because you're one of half of them. You may help aid us in passing off.
What do you mean? Oh yeah,
You know, the whole half
she's
dead thing.
handy.
Maybe you're riding up in front and so they can see you all up high and we're your lowly servants, walking
That
your
sounds
ass
good.
through town.
That sounds good.
So you're moving along Parade Ground Road, and you pass two large towers. They look very similar to the towers, the parapets that are sporadically placed along the perimeter wall of Grey Dirge. As you get past those, you notice that you start seeing, conveniently, stores, shops, whatnot. Small little things, tailor stores. You see food type stores. They've got dried,
Don't eat the meat.
stinky meat that's been hanging for who knows how long. But one store that does catch your eye has got red stained glass panes in the front of this building. You see that there's all kinds of vials hanging from different types of string within these glass, on the inside of this store. You see a sign above that says Reva's Apothecary on it.
Great.
Well, I think that's the one we're looking for, Con.
All right. Well, you guys go in and buy what you need. I'm going to stay out here with the gnome.
Renee, you look more like these folk around here. You want to walk in the shop first, and I'll follow after.
Yeah, so she jumps off the cart very gracefully, and she's like, "Quickly, and you, boy, watch the ass."
I'll take out my coin pouch after that lovely little line you did, and I'll just like hurl it at her. Here's your money, miss.
She catches it, like doesn't even move, just so dexterously catches it. Seems a little light, and she walks in, just spins on her heel and walks towards the shop.
The door opens as you swing it wide. You hear a whistle, like a come across, emanating from somewhere, who knows where. And you see a tall, pale individual come out from behind one of the doors in the back of the shop, and he looks at you and he says, "Well, hello, I believe we have a few guests. How can I be of help to you this evening?"
Right. So she just crosses her arms and she looks at De La Cruz and she's like, "Go ahead, tell the man what you want."
Sorry to bother you, sir, but
There's no bother around this time of night. I'm here all night long.
we've seemed to have a little bit of a run-in during our travels here. We're just trying to get to point A to point B, but we've
Look on the face looks terrible.
yes, we've did get a little roughed up on our travels. We were wondering if you had any healing potions of sorts.
That how you come out of gate, just straight up healing potion. You don't scrape me. You're out of towners. Where do you stay?
Like I said, sir, we're just trying to pass through. We have our
One just
destination.
passes through Grey Dirge. People know people. People get in touch with people. Me, I'm Reva. Call me friend. I friend you.
Tell me.
All right, friend. Like I said, our business of travel is our business, but we're trying to make
But we're
spiritual
friends now. You
business.
tell Riva. Perhaps Riva could be help to you. I like being friendly, people. Don't you like being friendly with Riva?
No, friendly as much as coin I can drop for you to help me seek what I find.
That's what I like. Yeah. Riva likes hearing such things. Tell me what can I sell you?
And
I
Rena
got
just
nice
like
skull head, recently made. And he kind of
just-
claps the John a little. You look for a femur, new femur from you. Grow a couple inches off top.
she just awkwardly smiles, like, yeah, we'll be friends.
Well, you good. I like you. You look like you got bit of heritage from Gab. No, you're looking very good. Yes, very good.
Yes, my people are from here.
That is good to know. What can I get for you, my friend? And he looks at you, De La Cruz. Please make my night worthwhile.
Listen, I'll buy one of those heads from you, but there's something else that I might need in return.
Good. Tell me what.
Like I said, we got a little roughed up on the way through. Looking to see if you have anything that might aid us. Help
I
bring
got
us back
thing
in
for
strength.
you. I notice you breathe and eat, smell very fresh. You perhaps looking for some kind potion? No, maybe, possibly. Little
Yes.
nip off top.
Yes, need to top off. And he like tries to imitate his accent to be more of a friend. Can I actually roll charisma to try to get on his better side to see if I
Sure.
can let's
This-
see.
Make an impression.
Don't insult Riva.
All right, that is a 17, so 16.
Oh, babushka all day long. You and I, we're friends long time. I'll tell you what, I have these 3 small little vials. They'll do you wonders like not believe. There are 4 gold pieces each. I've got a larger one. Is 12 gold pieces for you. Good deal, not find better deal in all Grey Dirge. But for you, madam, I have something special for you. I've got the perfect bone pill for you. And he holds out his hand, and you see a small piece of carved bone that's like carved in the shape of a skull with chains around it. And it's real small. It's like the size of like a NyQuil pill. Will this be perfect for you?
What is this, like a commemorative pin? What does this do?
Diagra.
Give me an occultism check.
I am untrained. Can I still make?
No.
Fuck this. You got occultism, sweetheart?
Negative.
You
Kinda.
don't know what this is, no? This is symbol of Zonkuthon. It provide very good refresher for somebody like you. Little bit of negative energy, no? I'll do you wonders all day long.
How much?
For you, 20 gold pieces.
She's like, it's a little too rich for my blood at the moment, but it's good to know that it's here if we need it.
For
Threw you a
now,
sack of gold.
What'd you give me? 30 silver?
Yeah, gold.
Oh, 30 gold?
Oh,
Yeah.
Where'd
Oh,
you get 30 gold?
That's what I started with.
What the fuck? That started with like 10 gold.
Well, you bought shit, right?
Yeah, but I only had 10 to start with.
Well,
The
here it
fuck?
says 30 gold. Starting gold, 30 gold piece. I don't know if that's just the Hero Labs or not.
We'll have to figure that out.
I got it from the other monk who I defeated to get
You
this,
murdered that
the
bitch.
paper. So yeah, so use it's
Yeah.
GM, that work? Thanks, man.
Good man.
I knew you
way
would
to
have my back.
think.
How much did you guys start with, Chris?
I think I spent some of mine, but I am running 8 GP and 2 silver pieces at the moment.
I have 10 gold.
I got screwed.
But you don't know that because I'm sleeping.
Oh, not
Yeah,
for
I
long.
checked your pockets. He has more than 10.
All right. Well, shit. If we've got, what'd you say, 3 gold for the soothe?
3 for each individual. He's got 3 worth gold, 3 gold pieces each, and then he wants 10 for
There
the
are
big one.
4 gold pieces each. The big one is 12.
Oh, but you said we're friends.
I did. That's why I'm giving you the opportunity to buy.
All right.
And
Well, she's
these
like,
little,
I'll take all of it. How much?
including bone pill.
Mm-hmm.
I may close early this evening.
Is that Terminator reference?
How about this?
Yeah.
So can we do a deal? If we buy everything, you let us park this cart around back.
Let me tell you what. The total comes to 48 gold pieces. But I'll knock off 8 gold pieces if you let me drink a drop of his blood.
What is this guy? This is just me wanting to know.
Oh, he's 100% a vampire.
Yeah. And she's like, that's not going to happen. We're a little bit light. So she's not going to lay out the money. But like, no, after watching this motherfucker fall through a roof, she's not going to let some other bullshit happen to him.
No, just put a little bit on pin and I just leak it off pin. That's all.
Out of respect, how about we not talk about drinking each other's blood?
Look, I'll knock off 15 gold pieces.
No deal.
It's a good deal. Just a little taste.
All it takes is one taste, and then it's 2 tastes and 3 tastes.
No,
I know how this goes.
You got Riva's word. He's a good guy.
And she
Been
just
doing
kind of like
business long time.
takes
all time.
takes the bag, and she's like, Ch. Let's keep it with what's in the bag, Riva.
48 gold pieces.
You and I both know how this goes. I mean, so we've got 30 gold we can spend.
And
Okay,
whatever
so-
you have.
Yeah, and I've got like
Yeah.
4 silver.
For silver.
I got 8
I only
gold.
took the 10 starting.
So you tell me what you want to buy then.
Yeah. How about everything except for the big heel?
Okay, the big heel is 12 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to buy the 3 small ones, that'll be 12 gold pieces, and the bone pill is 20 gold. So that's 32
Oh my
gold
God.
pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Junior, you have a couple coins, no?
Yeah, I'm throwing in my coins. I got 8 gold pieces
no
and
problem.
2 silver. So we got it covered. Except
You're
for the
good.
big ass one.
Okay.
So we're not going to buy the big one for 12.
No. We're
Okay.
just gonna buy the bone pill and the 3 for 4.
Well, that is money well spent. I'll take it. And he drags it across. He pushes across the 3 vials, and he hands you, in particular, the bone pill, Rena.
She kind of puts it into her, Batman belt. And she's just like, I'm glad we could do this without muddying the waters.
Well, you
Bloody
know,
waters.
it would be good
Yeah.
taste. Everybody taste around here. I would rather you give me the bite. I'm sorry, the taste. Rather than find you out on the street in a few hours, possibly. Who knows? Might be giving it away for free. Who knows?
We'll be just fine.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Remember, Riva's Apothecary, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We never sleep.
She takes one of his like cards that's on the front, and she's like, oh, we'll be back. Don't worry.
Yes, you will. You'll be back. Next session.
Tell your friends.
Din, 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 din,
No!
din.
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, leave us that 5-star rating and review. We also have a YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20, so if you're into watching, head on over and hit that subscribe bell. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to look for us there and check us out. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com, where you can download the current show directly, pick and choose past shows from our archives, or view our galleries. We've got a lot of stuff posted there, so check us out. And finally, join us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next session, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.